The 2022 National Hydrologic Assessment offers an analysis of flood risk, water supply, and ice breakup and jam flooding for spring 2022. This assessment is based on late summer, fall, and winter precipitation, frost depth, soil saturation levels, snowpack, current stream flow, and projected spring weather. NOAA's network of 122 weather forecast offices, 13 river forecast centers, National Water Center, and other national centers nationwide assess this risk, summarized here at the national scale. This spring, approximately 80 million people are at risk for flooding in their communities, with nearly 6 million at risk for moderate flooding and 500,000 at risk for major flooding. Current water supply forecasts in the western United States generally indicate below to much below normal water supply conditions due to a dry fall and winter coupled with ongoing widespread drought. Exceptions include portions of the Columbia River Basin in the Northwest, where near to slightly above normal water supply is forecast, driven by near to much above normal snowpack. The sections below quantify river flood risk based on the river location having a 50% or more likelihood of exceeding minor, moderate, or major flood levels. The risk of spring snowmelt flooding is above normal across the Red River of the North Basin and its tributaries, with moderate to major flooding predicted, while the risk is generally near normal for much of the upper Mississippi River Basin and the Great Lakes region. Given the reduced drought conditions due to late fall rainfall, the soils in the Red River of the North Basin increased to near normal, and river levels increased to their normal levels before the winter freeze-up. Cold temperatures have increased the depth of frozen ground, which will prevent snowmelt from entering the soils. These conditions, combined with above normal snowpack, are leading to a threat of moderate to major flooding along the Red River of the North. Minor flooding is currently occurring on portions of the lower Ohio River as well as tributary basins through the region due to rainfall and snowmelt during February and early March. The potential for additional minor to moderate river flooding will be above normal this spring for much of the Ohio, Cumberland, and Tennessee River basins. Above normal winter and early spring precipitation and snowmelt in these basins has left soils saturated and river levels elevated, increasing their flood risk. Overall, the potential for spring flooding in the Missouri River Basin is below normal. However, moderate flooding over portions of the James River in South Dakota is possible due to spring snowmelt runoff. The lower Missouri River tributaries in Missouri have the potential for minor to moderate spring flooding, with the possibility of minor flooding along the lower Missouri River mainstem in Missouri. This story map journal provides an in-depth narrative organized into sections along the scrolling side panel. Each section presents a new extent of the map or a piece of web content with associated narrative text. As we scroll through the following section, you'll notice that the map moves with me and zooms into the particular location that I'm referring to. Location names throughout the narrative have been hyperlinked, so clicking on the particular locations automatically zooms in as I am showing here. To be prepared, every American should know the flood risks in their area and what to do before, during, and after a flood event. For detailed hydrologic conditions and forecasts, go to water.weather.gov. For the latest information on your current flood risk, visit weather.gov for the official watches and warnings. The information presented, as well as additional information regarding areas of low flow risk, water supply, Alaska flood potential, and hypoxia outlook, are discussed in the 2022 National Hydrologic Assessment online as seen here. The 2022 Spring Outlook maps can be viewed through the video linked below that is also displayed on the right. Thank you for watching this overview of the 2022 National Hydrologic Assessment portion of NOAA's Spring Outlook.